Okay, I'm in the motorhome on my way to Nebraska. Winter weather, and preparing for winter with the water jugs, the porta potty in the shower, things like that. I just pulled over to the side, turned the furnace on. It's a little cool in here. That front heater all by itself isn't keeping the interior warm. So I turned on. Let's turn them both on here. We don't. Oh, those run off 12 volt. We should have heat. Maybe I don't have it set high enough for what it's doing, but we're learning about winter camping, taking you along with me. See what happens over the next few days. Going to Nebraska on a job assignment. It's just a little bit before sunrise, turning pink in the east. I'm pulled over to the side at Egbert, Wyoming. Gonna get back on the interstate again here. We got about 70 miles to go yet, I guess, yet this morning. Try and get some more shots of that sunrise as we go. So here we are, Pine Bluffs, Wyoming. There's the town. There's the bluffs covered with pine trees. There's the sunrise coming up over the hills. We're about a mile from the Wyoming-Nebraska border. I don't know if you can tell on the road here, it's a little damp. They had a lot of blowing snow in the area yesterday. Eastern Wyoming, western Nebraska, it's not so much how much it snows, but how much the wind blows, what snow there is. Reduces visibility, closes highways until they get them open and truck traffic again. Sometimes you encounter a lot of black ice coming around the edge of the bluff. And there you can see it's going to be a beautiful sunrise here in just a little bit. Just a few clouds in the east, the sun's starting to come up, putting some real color in the sky. So actually we just crossed the Wyoming border into Nebraska. Milepost 1 exit right there. Kind of uneventful except for coming around that bluff covered with pine trees. And then we get into the plains of Nebraska. Here's another peek at the pre-sunrise sky over the western Nebraska panhandle. Even over to the south. If you can see through the window there is pink and various colors of blue and orange. Still some gray where the sunlight's not getting to it. I'm going to apologize now for the dirty windshield. Didn't know we were going to be using it this month. Hadn't really cleaned it up, I guess, from our trip in October. But then this work assignment came up. They gave me a phone call yesterday. We tried to keep the RV mostly ready to go, but with the freezing temperatures, 4 inches of snow at home night before last, I just didn't get it washed and cleaned up. Going by another little hill, there you can see, looks like the sun's just about ready to peek over. Maybe if we get to the top of this next hill. We're on Interstate 80 headed east out of Wyoming into western Nebraska. Here you can see my backup camera. Keep an eye on my little pickup. I think what I like best about that backup camera, going down the highway, I can tell if I pass somebody, I can actually see when I'm in the clear instead of trying to judge in the mirrors. Because in the mirrors, I can't really see that little pickup back there at all. But with the backup camera here, it's just a real handy little device. I like it a lot. You can see the glow getting brighter as the sun prepares to creep up over the horizon in the east. Actually kind of southeast this time of year. January, I think it's the 18th today. Come around this wide load truck, can't imagine what that thing is he's hauling. See all kinds of things on the interstate these days. Back and forth, up and down the road. Of course, in closed semi, you can't ever begin to guess what's in them. Virtually everything, I guess, is something like that, an open flatbed. You can't begin to recognize what it is anyway. Some big piece of equipment or part of a piece of equipment or something. So, looks like our sun's just about ready to pop up. Okay, we're coming up from behind a hill. We may be missing the sunrise while we were down behind the hill. The sun's trying to slip up behind those clouds. A lot of the color's gone from the sky. It was pretty amazing there for a while. I was really hoping we'd catch a glimpse of that red-orange fireball as it peeked up over the horizon. But our horizon keeps changing on this little trek. It's a work day. It's a work week. I've got a week's assignment down here. May last longer, maybe not. Talk to you later. So there's our first real glimpse of the sun this morning. Kind of coming through those clouds we could see earlier. Didn't really get the pretty sunset, but looks like it's going to be a pretty decent day. Showed it was 36 degrees at home when I left, and only 19 degrees down here. Much more frigid. Don't know why. But it is what it is. It's going to be a nice midwinter day. Make the best of it. Okay, just a filmmaker's note, looking at the sun, looking at the highway, that looks like it's probably black ice out there. Fortunately, our rig is fairly heavy, pretty stable. We're not using cruise control, but yeah, looks like it could be pretty treacherous if we were trying to push it too hard in too light a weight a vehicle. I did spin out with a pickup. Well, in fact, my Toad that I got behind here a couple years ago, headed out of Cheyenne, do some work in western Nebraska, headed up a hill, had the cruise on. Road looked good to me. Lo and behold, it was black ice. The front end tried to get past by the rear end of the truck. I spun out and went into the ditch, but fortunately, four-wheel drive, I just kept moving, drove right out of it, but totally ruined the rear door. So you folks be careful winter driving. Black ice. Sometimes you don't even know it's there. Winter tip from Why Not Wander. Talk to you later.